My name is Jeff Guillot, Managing Director at Mad Global Strategy, and this is Explained with Jeff Guillot, Episode 3. Now we're talking about infrastructure. Weaves into energy, which I previously talked about a little bit, but let me tell you something, brothers and sisters. We have worked on a whole host of issues during my career in the government relations business. Everything from social justice, abortion rights, immigration rights, renewable energy, power. We even worked for the duck farmers at one point. Some really interesting stuff, but nothing gets me going quite like infrastructure, which it is in essence planes, trains, bridges, and automobiles. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever traveled beyond your own little colloquial bubble here and maybe gone to Europe or Asia. But if you travel on rail infrastructure in Europe or in Asia, you realize how far superior those services are. It is so depressing to having gone on traveling on the Eurorail to then having to ride the Long Island Railroad somewhere, for example. And that's because in those other places, other Western democracies where folks are just as affluent as we are, there is agreement as how to move forward on infrastructure, whereas here there is not. Sounds similar to the energy rent, doesn't it? The previous administration passed what was called the Bipartisan Infrastructure Bill, which is about $1.2 trillion worth of overall investment into America's decaying roads and bridges. And this was supposed to, across the country, in the most transformative way since Dwight Eisenhower was president in the 1950s, deliver much needed change to railways, airports, bridges, fun stuff like that, stuff that you really can't live without. Ever since that administration departed, there's a new philosophy that has taken place, and a lot of that money has been held up. The current administration's take on this is that it is more important to drill, map, and mine than to build stuff. And as a result, a lot of these projects have subsequently been slowing to a halt. There is some light at the end of the tunnel locally here, because in New York, last year, folks passed what is called the Environmental Bond Act, which statewide issues billions of dollars for environmental projects and infrastructure. In Suffolk County and Long Island specifically, Prop 2 yielded even more money for projects that are going to protect our waterways and build infrastructure. This is a very unsexy thing to say, but sewers, especially on New York's Long Island, are probably the most important public policy project that we can build. And by the way, if you are a young person who wants to make, I don't know, $150,000 a year before your 30th birthday and be able to afford to live in a place like Long Island, find a place within the process of building sewers, or pivoting back to my previous video, working in renewable energy infrastructure so long as that it's still here. There is plenty of access and money out there. If you know the right places to go, we can help you get there. So slide into my DMs if you want to learn more.